So guys, um, I'm actually lying on my stomach because my stomach is a bit painful right now. But this is what I'll say about the situation. I'm gonna try and sum it up because it was really a traumatically uncomfortable, not great situation that I was never prepared for. Um, what I'll say about the situation is we had gone to the beach. It was family trips lawat December. I was about 15. Okay, I'm gonna carry on in the next clip about this, but I was about 15. And we had gone the family, Sailwandle, and while we were there, yeah, as I was saying, I was about 15. It was a family trip. And yeah, well, pap, yabo you the shit because I used to be a really great swimmer. So I knew good I got this. So ngahamba ke ngaya yabo labantu abaphambili olwandle like there phambili olwandle but jump for the waves and stuff like that. And I used to do that every year from the time I think I was about 9. So I was very, very comfortable Olwandle. But that day I was there and like I could hear as if Liang Biza. I don't know if I'm making sense. But I could hear like somebody was calling me in the water and I jump again get jumper. And yeah, then all of a sudden, next thing I know, ngingaphansi kolwandle, and I'll continue in the next clip. I was saying, so yeah, like bengathile visa, and yeah, so and next thing you know, ngingaphansi kolwandle, and the wave had got me in a manner which looking spin. I literally thought I was dying. Mind you, this is just summarizing the experience. I literally thought I was dying, and I at that moment I don't know what it was, but I just started praying. And my prayer was so ridiculous, y'all, because I was like, Yazin God, all the things that I lie about, I'm never gonna lie about again. All those things I say I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna do them. I don't want to be saying, that I was never gonna fulfill just to save my life. But, literally, I didn't even know I was underwater for I think about 40 minutes. And the craziest part about it, right? Because as I said, I think the last thing I said was I was underwater about 40 minutes. Like the time I was spinning, kube khona la elime khona, ne? So I was no longer spinning and angin because I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to die. Let me not try open my eyes. But the water felt so still and calm. And kube ngathi, like I felt like ngigqokile. And njengoba ngigqokile, like I was in a space where I could actually open my mouth, ngikhuluma amazwi azwakalayo. The words were actually coming out of my mouth, which shouldn't be happening if you're underwater because you're trying to breathe. And I wasn't trying to breathe. Like I didn't feel like a struggle of I'm trying to breathe. It was more of I need to get out of here because if I don't get out of here now, probably I'm gonna wake up in heaven. This is turning out like thread vibes, but on Instagram stories. But yeah, so I could like speak amagama, ngenzi ama promises angekho, being the liar that I was back then. I still do have a problem with commitment, so I struggle with commitment so much. So it was like a case of let me commit all I can so that if God feels sorry for and another thing, I keep saying I'm a virgin, I can't die virgin, which is I don't know why that was so important. But yeah, I kept saying ngintombi ngiziphathe kahle Nkosi nje ngicela ungizwele la ukhona and like let me be free and let me go home and go to my mom and I'll never do anything wrong again. So I said all I said and then I said whatever that you require of me, I will do it. So basically, I think what changed or the moment that changed everything for me was me saying the words of whatever is required of me, ngizokwenza konke, and I will fulfill what I need to, but I need to go back to my family. If they need to speak, like, I'm talking about God, angazi ukuthi ngikhuluma amadlozi, but I was like, whatever that I need to do, may they communicate that at home, not here, because it would crush my mom for me to go missing when already she had had an experience of losing a child. And that, I think that whole situation created such a phobia for me when it came to water, even though hamba manje, but it was really, really bad. The worst part is that my mom didn't even know I was missing. Like, I literally thought I was having like a Moses and the burning bush moment. Meanwhile, I'm having a Josie situation happening. But I think what really ended up disturbing my peace was I was taken from Lila Pishe lapha in North Beach, so lapha ngase Sun Coast. I was gone from ngithathwe from in North Beach ngazithola sengise South Beach, and it was quite the walk. Yo, I'm missing, and Lonkaskazi has no idea I've been gone, because I think enjoying Shila, I think I was underwater for about like 30-40 minutes. The walk for me, because I was so like stressed out, I think was about an hour. And Ka Agazi, she's like, "You were gone?" I'm like, "I almost died, woman. I wasn't just gone. I almost died." Another thing to note, ngingahleka ukuhleka, but I think into eyangibangela usizi as well, like added to the trauma, was I was missing for so long. She had no idea I was missing. Of which I can understand, because idlozi mele ikuthatha, trust and believe. Abantu bayalutheka around you. No one sees you go. No one even knows what happened until you tell the story, or until izinto zimbulelwe kubona ngamaphupho. When I was 7, I went missing. And I went missing kwakhe kwamashu, where at the time I knew no one. It's a very long story as well, but it was very, very hard, because I literally, I went missing at the peak of rape and kidnapping of children. So yeah, that's why I think hit me really hard. If I can tell you, Bazalone, the most shocking thing about the moment of me going missing when I was 7 years old, I think hence why there's a certain thing about me and my family. No one looked for me. And as a girl child at that time, to know ukuthi sengilethwa abantu, men, ngasizwa amadoda njengomuntu wamakhehla, like, men helped me get home. And when I got there, ebusuku, around midnight, no one was looking for me. No one even cared that I was missing, except for my mom. She was the only one that was bothered. Everybody else was not even bothered. No one tried to look. And ngifica ekhaya iphathi saqhubeka kusamnandi. The party was at my cousin's house, but nje ziyapop. Thokoza, thank you so much. I appreciate this message. To be very honest, I think for me, YouTube became more of a diary experience. Yeah, it became more of like a diary. Shabba, get off my YouTube. I mean, my Instagram, baby.
Hey, boy, it's my account.
What was I saying? Yes. Yeah, YouTube, I think, became more of a diary for me to share all my experiences, to share knowledge that comes from my ancestors, and to help anybody that could possibly be walking the path, and could be helped by learning from what I have to offer and what my ancestors are bringing to the table. Yeah, Makhosi. Thokoza, ish, Bazalone, sometimes nibuza izinto, and I understand maybe that you don't know how to really phrase a question so that uzophenduleka ngendlela odinga ukuphenduleka ngayo. But I think sometimes you ask, like generally people ask questions ezingaphekekanga, in a sense that, like this question for example, ikabili one, ngingasho ukuthi if you're asking the other ways to cleanse, it's like asking me ukuthi mothatha ithawula unimanzisa and then you wipe your whole body, usuke ugezile na, insila ayikho, ngeke uzunuka ikhwapha, uzoba fresh, all those types of things. Or kanye, it's then a case of how do you maintain cleanliness ukuthi ube right emathongweni. As I was saying, so sometimes there are cleanses ofanele ukuthi mawuwenze, and then after you've done them, there are ways that you can maintain the spiritual cleanliness. But mongakazi ugezwe, and futhi, mind you always have to know ugezelani, so that kungacaca whether you do need a river cleanse, or you do need isiziba cleanse, or you do need ulwandle cleanse, or the sea cleanse, right? So that is the first step of understanding uthi, why are you cleansing, right? If you're just cleansing for the sake of cleansing, then there's no point in cleansing vele. But if there's a point in you cleansing, then there isn't another way of cleansing without going to those places, because ukuyiswa kulezo indawo has an immense spiritual impact that is needed. Awukwazi ukuyirobha. I read this and I didn't know how to react. I didn't know whether I should be concerned about whether khona umuntu or khona abantu mebehlazi izinto they say this, or kanye it's something that is assumed. I'm a little bit confused, but facts. Monga nomuphi umlaphi okwazi ukuhlaziya, or go to any healer that knows how to dissect dreams or interpret anything regarding spirituality, or ukuhlola ngendlela right, akuhlola into ekuyiyona. They will tell you, if you dream of being heavily pregnant, it does not mean unesithuna. It's not even a minor sign of having isithuna. Akaze kuqale. Mangigiye ngiyoshiya abantu, bathi mangigiye ngiyoshinga nezam, bathi mangigiye ngiyoshiya abantu bami, bathi mangigiye ngiyoshinga nezam, bathi mangigiye ngiyoshiya abantu bami, bathi mangigiye ngiyoshinga nezam, bathi mangigiye ngiyoshiya abantu bami, bathi mangigiye ngiyoshinga nezam, bathi mangigiye ngiyoshiya abantu bami, bathi mangigiye ngiyoshinga nezam. Ngathi ngiyagula bathi nginamanga, obani esono labo bani. Ngathi ngiyagula bathi nginamanga, obani esono labo bani. Ngathi ngiyagula bathi nginamanga, obani esono labo bani. Obani esono labo bani, bani esono labo bani. Ongathi ngiyabhula bathi nginamanga, obani esono labo bani. Ngathi ngiyabhula bathi nginamanga, bani esono labo bani. Ngathi ngiyabhula bathi nginamanga, obani esono labo bani. Obani esono labo bani.